leg. Why like to leg? Because it's arguably the best measurement to determine how well a watch is going to wear. And all the good names were taken. Congratulations on stumbling onto this dark corner of YouTube and finding my channel. You are well and truly a watch nerd. Today we'll be looking at the Seiko 7548, specifically the Seiko 7548-700B. That's virtually indistinguishable from the Seiko XKX Z199. Should you buy this Seiko 7548? You should, definitely, but you can't. This is mine and it's vintage. Thank you for watching my channel. Bye. Got you again, didn't I? Well, let me try this properly this time. Today is Sunday the 24th of January 2021, and for the past week I've been wearing my Seiko 7548 as part of my Watch a Week challenge. And boy oh boy, do I have some goldies in my watch box. I've broken this review up into 3 parts. First part, I waffle on a bit, tell you about the history, tell you more about the watch. Second part, we take a closer look at the watch. And third part, give you some thoughts, my feelings. But please feel free, if you just want to take a closer look at the watch, to fast forward. I love vintage quartz watches, and this 7548 was produced in 1980, and that's, to me, just one part of the golden age that Seiko had. In 1969, they produced the first commercially available quartz watch with the Astron. In the same year, they produced the first commercially available automatic chronograph with the 6139. In 1975, they produced the Tuna. It was the first titanium encased watch. They produced with that same watch the L gasket that negated the use for a helium valve. Then in 1983 they produced the 7828, which is the first quartz, first analog quartz chronograph. Try saying that quickly. And at that time, Seiko was just kicking ass and taking names. There was none of this, well, to my knowledge, none of this silly limited edition business. They just made really cool watches. The 7548 was one of Seiko's first attempts to put a quartz movement in a commercial diver, and it's therefore wonderfully over-engineered. It's based on the Seiko 6309, for example, sharing the same base plate. It has 5 jewels, it's fully serviceable and can be regulated. The Seiko 7548 we're looking at today is the Seiko 7548-700B. This one was produced in November 1980, and it's 4 months younger than me. And they said quartz wouldn't last. The watch does have 2 claims to fame, or at least 2 claims to fame. Famously, Brian May has worn one, apparently for decades. And then during the Gulf War, General Norman Schwarzkopf, nicknamed Storming Norman, wore one. Apparently he wore the Seiko on his right arm set to Eastern Standard Time, so he knew the time was in Washington, and on his left arm he wore a Rolex set to Saudi Arabian time. But that's the end of part 1. Let's take a closer look at the watch. I thought it best for this review that I also have the XKX 007, because they are so similar. The dimensions are nearly identical. Height is 14 millimeters lug to lug is 46, bezel 41, diameter 42. Pepsi bezel, bidirectional, so it turns both ways, 60 click, really nice action. Bit of play to it, but it feels just right. Printed dial, navy blue, quartz printed beneath the Seiko, water 150 resistant, 2 colors, orange and white. Date wheel is in English and kanji. I assume I'm pronouncing it right. If I'm not, I'm very sorry. This being JDM model, so Japan domestic market. I've got this watch on a bog standard XKX Jubilee, the lug width being 22, so anything that's going to fit on your XKX is going to fit in this too. Bonus. Then if you look at the case back, pretty much a standard affair. Got your Tsunami logo there, date stamped, so 0N, November 1980. Big difference here is this being a quartz watch, that you have year stamps in the back, and this is so they can indicate when the next change is coming up. So there we have 1983 stamped. Then, well, nobody bothered stamping it again. You can see the next change there. Is that 1989? And then they ran out of years and was stamped again. So battery 1995 November, which is just brilliant in my opinion. This watch weighs pretty much exactly as the XKX. I think this is Seiko at its best. 42 millimeters, so back in the day quite a big watch, but because of that compact lug, it sits beautifully. And if you know what the XKX sits like, you know what this sits like. My wrist is 18 centimeters. So for our British and American friends, that's roughly a banana, 2 bananas and an HP pencil. But there she is, and it to me sits perfectly. She doesn't travel around too much, even though I have it quite loose. Still can get a finger there on the bracelet. And really, this is just Seiko at its absolute best. That's the end of part 2. Let's do the conclusion, not concussion, and get to the end of this video. Final thoughts. Like you, I spend too much time thinking about watches. That's probably evident because I made this video, and probably evident because you are watching this video, that you managed to find my scabby video there in the corner of YouTube. And one of the things I think of too much is quartz. That I have this strange relationship with it. And even at the beginning of videos, I love vintage quartz watches. Every now and again, this little voice starts going off in my head saying, "Oh, that has no soul. It's something that's running on electricity." And at the moment, that's something I've managed to let go of. That quartz watches, or the quartz movement, was a massive leap forward for personal timekeeping. It allowed everybody to have accurate timekeeping at a low price. I mean, at the beginning, it was a luxury item, and now we can find it everywhere. Not all quartz watches are created equal. I think they have their place, and I really hope that people still keep on buying them, because if they don't keep on buying them, they're going to stop making batteries for my lovely 7548, which would be a shame. Please enjoy the hobby. I hope you got something from the video. Thank you for watching, and please, next time somebody says quartz has no soul, point them towards this video, because I think if this little guy's been going on for 40 years, what could be more soulful than that? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, please like. And I clearly forgot, what will be next week's watch? Will it be the Orient Ray 2, or will it be the Polar Venture, or is it gonna be this little sweetie pie, the Laurier Neptune 2? I don't know. Come and take a look next week. Cheers.